I'm pleased to be able to speak to you at the Germany-Japan Industry Forum, and I also send you greetings from Germany. My name is Veronika Grimm, professor at the Friedrich-Alexander University Erlangen-Nürnberg. I'm also leading the Center Hydrogen Bavaria, H2B, and I would like to introduce the Center Hydrogen Bavaria to you and the Bavarian Hydrogen Alliance. I would like to introduce to you the Center Hydrogen Bavaria and the Hydrogen Alliance Bavaria with the following slide. The Center Hydrogen Bavaria is a state-financed strategy and coordination center for hydrogen issues in Bavaria, which has been established roughly 1 year ago. And the Hydrogen Alliance Bavaria is a network of firms, universities, research institutions, and an interest platform for companies and those research institutions, associations, and municipalities, where they join in order to develop jointly a perspective on the development of hydrogen and projects in order to promote hydrogen applications. Let me first introduce to you a little bit the history of the Center Hydrogen Bavaria, tell you where we stand right now and what are the perspectives for the near future. The Hydrogen Center Bavaria has been initiated by the state government of Bavaria in order to link business, science, politics, and the public in order to develop the perspectives of hydrogen in Bavaria and in order to strengthen the use of hydrogen in the economy in Bavaria. So the rollout of hydrogen utilization in a wide range of applications is, of course, a big challenge, since there are lots of value chains based on hydrogen, which have to be developed simultaneously and cannot, and one part of the value chain cannot become efficient and cannot become profitable without development of all the other parts of the value chain. So therefore, we started to build the Hydrogen Alliance Bavaria, which aims at coordinating all these activities in order to scale up all those activities more or less at the same time. So one part that is promoted in the Center Hydrogen Bavaria is strategy development. We have established the first building blocks for the Bavarian hydrogen strategy and a hydrogen roadmap in dialogue with Hydrogen Alliance Bavaria. So we have coordinated a big number of firms, of research institutions, and of municipalities, and worked together with them in the direction of a position paper on hydrogen, which then entered into the Bavarian hydrogen strategy. The second building block of the Center Hydrogen Bavaria is demonstration and analysis. So what we are doing is we initiate large demonstration projects and promote technology and market analysis in order to make perspectives and chances in the area of hydrogen visible to the multiple agents that are active in those markets, and in order to bring them together to make business models, business opportunities visible to firms, to municipalities, and to join them up with research institutions. The third issue is that we provide networking capacity and do some public relations activities. The networking capacities should give the different members of the Hydrogen Network Bavaria the possibility to meet, to discuss ideas, to promote projects, and to drive things further together rather than alone. We provide the platforms in the Center Hydrogen Bavaria for them to do this. So what have we done since we have been established at September 5, 2019? In the beginning of our activities, we organized a lot of network meetings and discussion rounds among the multiple agents that are interested in the topic of hydrogen in Bavaria. That happened in focused discussion rounds along the technology fields of hydrogen production, hydrogen logistics, hydrogen applications. And in the area of applications, we looked at various applications in different meetings. We have then published some key points with respect to hydrogen in December, and published a position paper on the Bavarian hydrogen economy in May, which was the starting point for the Bavarian hydrogen strategy. At the moment, we are in the process for developing a Bavarian hydrogen roadmap in order to get a clear picture what could be a timeline to develop hydrogen in different fields of actions, so production, logistics, applications, and also international relations with respect to hydrogen for Bavaria. The Bavarian hydrogen strategy has been announced in this summer and is based on the position paper of the Bavarian Hydrogen Alliance. It has a big focus, a strong focus on green hydrogen and also on mobility. Bavaria is certainly primarily interested in hydrogen, or very strongly interested in hydrogen from a technology perspective. There are a lot of firms with a lot of expertise in various fields that have a relation to hydrogen production in the area of electrolysis. And also in mobility, there are a lot of firms that are active, and also in terms of logistics, hydrogen logistics is also a field where the Bavarian firms have particular strengths to develop. So the goal of the Bavarian hydrogen strategy is first, of course, to promote hydrogen in order to contribute to achieving the climate targets, to ramp up the hydrogen economy rapidly, and to promote long-term economic growth. On the one hand, there's a lot of technological expertise in Bavaria, but of course, the possibilities to produce hydrogen, in particular green hydrogen, are limited. So there's also a big interest in relating with potentially hydrogen exporting countries in order to benefit. What is the Bavarian hydrogen strategy focusing on? So there are some implementation steps that have to be mentioned. First, there is the high-tech agenda Bavaria. So there's big research activities going on to strengthen research in hydrogen in Bavaria, which is already very strong at several universities in Bavaria. Then there is, of course, the aim to establish test and user facilities in order to also promote and make the transfer of research into usable products more rapid. Then there is the interaction of a Bavarian funding guideline complementary to federal funding. So we aim at particularly fund Bavarian initiatives complementary to federal funding, also complementary to European funding. And then there's a particular emphasis on developing model regions and demonstration projects in certain areas. There are already 6 hydrogen areas, hydrogen regions in Bavaria that promote hydrogen in a joint effort among the municipality, among research, and among several firms. I already mentioned the development of a hydrogen roadmap for Bavaria. The roadmap basically aims at giving a certain perspective, a certain timeline, so that the development of hydrogen activities along the hydrogen value chains takes place parallelly for many firms, so that they have a certain so that regulatory uncertainty and uncertainty for the investments are reduced. What potential does Bavaria have for hydrogen? We have done a SWOT analysis in the hydrogen position paper, and I would like to focus on just a few aspects here. So there are quite some strengths in Bavaria. In particular, there's a strength in innovative and technological expertise in the area of hydrogen. We have strong firms, OEMs, and a supplier industry, and there is certainly a lot of willingness to invest in future applications of hydrogen in the economy. On the other hand, there are also some weaknesses. So in particular, in Bavaria, there's a relatively low potential for renewable energies. It's not as in the Baltic Sea or in the North Sea that there is a huge potential of full load hours for renewable energies. So there will certainly be certainly be an interest to import hydrogen in the longer run. At the moment, there's also a lack of hydrogen infrastructure, which of course will be addressed in the current hydrogen strategies. So there is a hydrogen strategy, of course, not only for Bavaria, but also Germany and also Europe has a hydrogen strategy that focuses very much on the buildup of infrastructure for hydrogen. So this will be addressed in the upcoming years. And up to now, there has been a lack of networking in the relevant fields of action. And this is very important to ramp this up, because there is a big need to develop the value chains simultaneously. What are the opportunities? Of course, there are a lot of future markets for firms in Bavaria. There is a permanent technological leaderships and key components and technology possible. We are already technologically in the research and also in the industry in a very good position. And there is a big interest to stabilize this and even to expand the technological position here. What are possible threats? Of course, one possible complication, one challenge, if we want to develop hydrogen, is a long planning horizon. So the ramp up of the hydrogen economy will take at least 10 to 15 years until all the applications are really running profitable. And so there's a long planning horizon, which is also a big challenge for single firms that focus business activities in that area. We have also a big discussion in Germany on the legal framework. So right now there are many disincentives to use hydrogen due to current regulation, and this is addressed currently in the German discussion, in the German policy discussion, and this will change, but typically these processes take some time. Moreover, of course, at the moment, hydrogen is still green hydrogen is still quite expensive. And so one aim must be to scale up in order to get the cost of hydrogen production down. But also here, it will take some time until one can deliver. a global perspective is, of course, important for Bavaria, but also for Germany. Germany has always been a net energy importer. Also today, Germany is importing 72%, around 72% of its primary energy. So this will be the case also in the future. Germany will be a net energy importer, and since this is not really doable with electricity alone, hydrogen and synthetic fuels are very important in order to substitute the import of fossil energy sources in the future. And this is, of course, a scenario one can think of in a broader range. There are certainly countries within Europe from which one could import hydrogen or synthetic fuels, energy carriers in the future. But one can also see, and calculations confirm this view at the moment, that there's a wide range of countries worldwide from which one could possibly import also synthetic fuels and green hydrogen. Among them, of course, countries like Argentina, Chile, Canada, Namibia, Morocco, and also there has been built a alliance with Australia in order to import hydrogen in the longer run from Australia. This maps illustrates that, and of course there are various countries worldwide that have good conditions to produce renewable hydrogen in the longer run. Those are countries that have attractive conditions for renewable energies. That can be wind energy, but it can also be solar. It can be combinations of wind, solar, and geothermal energy. So there is a wide range of countries which one could possibly build up relationships to import green energies in the future. And those are countries which have currently already relationships in the context of energy exports with Germany, but there are also countries that have good conditions to produce green hydrogen and have not yet had such a relationship with Germany. So this is something that Germany also aims at in the context of the current hydrogen strategy, to initiate partnerships and to initiate partnerships with current partners in order to transfer the import to get a change from the import from fossil primary energies into the trade with renewable energies. But there are also ambitions to build up new partnerships in order to import green hydrogen. So let me summarize some key points here. So one focus of Germany and also of Bavaria is certainly the import of green hydrogen in the longer run from countries within Europe, but also beyond. A very important point for Bavaria and for Germany as a whole is to build up technological leadership in at least some key components, technology fields, and fields of application of hydrogen. And there are multiple chances in the German industry right now where firms have good conditions in order to build up this expertise, already have the expertise. An aim is certainly to also export technology and key components, either to produce hydrogen, green hydrogen abroad and import green hydrogen, but also to export key components for hydrogen applications worldwide. The development of infrastructure in order to transport hydrogen is key. And that is important within Germany and within Bavaria, but also for global hydrogen trade. And for that aim, of course, Germany currently looks for international corporations, and those corporations, of course, can be with countries that have complementary expertise, but also with countries that have the different conditions, for example, for the production of green hydrogen. Let me briefly also introduce to you the Hydrogen Alliance Bavaria. What are the firms that are behind all these activities, that drive these activities forward? And here you see a picture of the event where the Center Hydrogen Bavaria has been founded, and also the Hydrogen Alliance Bavaria has been established. It was initiated with around 15 firms that participated from the beginning on, but the Hydrogen Alliance Bavaria grew rapidly, and by now we have far over 100 firms that work in all fields of action in the area of hydrogen, that are interested in developing business models in the area of hydrogen, and join up in the Hydrogen Alliance Bavaria. The competences and industries in the Hydrogen Alliance are really manifold. So we have now over 120 partners. They have a variety of activities and interests, and they are very different also in size. Among those firms, there are clear market and technology leaders from various industries in the field of hydrogen, but there are also small firms that have not yet gotten in touch with hydrogen, but see that there are interesting business models in the future, and have the possibility to join up with the firms that have already expertise in order to push forward their activities. And the fields are manifold. It's automotive engineering, fuel cell technology, gas logistics, connection technology, sensor technology, all kinds of issues that are very strongly placed in Bavaria, and which will certainly take their chances to drive this field of research and of business models forward in the future. So I hope that was interesting for you. Hydrogen will have a key role in the German and the European ambition to become climate neutral. We are all looking forward to shape this process in the future together with partners, together also with partners from Japan, nationally and abroad. And I wish you a great conference. Goodbye.